Hey guys and girls, Emma again. Friday is Wednesday night. I've had today off, which is the first day really since I got back from LA. It's a bit crazy. Why is this in portrait? Rotate device. No idea how to operate this. There's people watching. It's a bit crazy. It's Wednesday night. I've had the day off. I'm just cleaning the workbench, getting ready for another day, hopefully on Friday. Putting away a lot of nice things. Hey, it's Chirpy. Hey, Chirpy. Hey, David. I am tired. I'm about had it. This is the first day I've had off since I got back from LA. Stuff's gone down at work and we've got no staff and no one really to cover shifts, so I went in Saturday morning straight off the plane on Friday. It's been a pretty crazy couple of weeks. My workbench looks pretty lived in and I haven't done much here really for a few weeks, a month maybe. Just putting stuff away. That's about it. It's all good really, and things are back to normal sort of now, so I've got Friday off. So hopefully I'll get a little bit done on my little traction engine, maybe even a little bit done on my little locomotives. Next time I'm looking for the Randy Richards scribe, it's in that box with the Z-squares, just so we know. What's everyone else up to? It's midweek, it's probably early in the morning where you are, Chirpy. Just show this one off. Something's happened though with this. While I've been away, my machines must have shrunk because even the small end doesn't fit. If we have a look here, sort of fits. It doesn't fit the mill. Might have to make my own, but thanks to Mr. Keith. It's one of the prize things that come back from the bash. We're still missing the centre punch here somewhere. The Shaper Chirpy is 7/16, the mill 3/8. There's no T-slots on the lathe, so yeah. Hey John. I'm not seeing all the chats here. Let's hang some G-clamps up. Oh, awesome. Machine NZ, you need to send some pictures. I ought to do a series of videos on viewers' projects. You all ought to send stuff in. Give you a shout out. Send in videos or pictures and we'll put them all together and I'll do a shout out video. That sounds like a great idea. This is quite opportune because this month in Queensland we no longer have disposable lightweight plastic shopping bags. So I'll put this in my bag. This is the hand wheel off that little engraver. It's not the original one. It's not even close to what the original one looks like. I thought it might have been. But this is cast aluminium or sintered aluminium. To find another use for that. Next time I promise I'll work out how to get this to work in horizontal. What state of origin? Just a question. Didn't that finish? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we no longer had, and we no longer have throwaway plastic bags, which is a really good thing. We've got boxes of them at work that we need to do something with. The hand wheel's all right. It's not really what it had, so I'm just going to make a knurled wheel, and it's just to hold the clamps, and that's all it does. It basically is for the vise. You don't want it too tight. This really isn't the answer. There seemed to be a centre punch missing. It must be here somewhere. We'll find it in a minute. Still doing laundry. It's work again tomorrow. Sorry about the background noise. Seem to have a lot of things to find somewhere to put. Hopefully Friday we can spend some time putting this together. A little bit more on that. It's just about finished, that project. It's probably less than a month away. Tin sticks. I'm making you've probably seen the video, I'm making a new clapper box for the shaper. Gosh. At the moment, that's a bit scary. I've got boxes of stuff still here that I'm looking for places to find, or find homes for still, and I'm sort of stepping over stuff at the moment. Also, this telephone's on a cord. The reason I sort of haven't done this before is that usually when I get home at night my telephone's flat. So yeah, I can give you a bit of a look. I was going to ask, does anyone, what would you use? I've got 2 pieces of steel here. This one, which says it's 1020 inch and a quarter. And this one, which I know to be D3 or D2 or D3, I think it's D2 tool steel. I need to make a lantern for this, a bit of a look, for this clapper box that I'm making. Should I use the 1020, which will be really a bit rotten to machine and probably heaps good enough, or should I use the tool steel, which will be really nice to machine and way too good for the job? No idea. There's a fair bit of junk here to put away. This is the pickle tin for the boiler work I've been doing recently. I've no idea what this is. Probably I could toss that out, actually. I think it was in a box of gears I bought somewhere at a clearance sale. No idea. Talk to Marcus Christensen. He's got a big Russian mill like that. Christensen Machine Works here on the Gold Coast. It's a, I can't remember what it is. It's a Cincinnati clone. Oh, dear, I haven't seen that video. He does some great stuff. Really enjoy his videos. Whatever that was just went in the bin. I'm going to need it next week, like that sewing machine motor I think I've thrown out. Thanks, John. Yeah, that's the idea. Lantern tool post is the one that's on. It's no good for cutting down the sides of blocks. What's that? No idea. And it's no good for cutting keyways and things like that. So that's why a new one's sort of in the making. $41.40 sounds like hard work. I've probably got a bit of $41.40 here too, and I've got a bit of free machining. $41.40 might work. I've got to mill a slot through it. Don't know how much stuff I'm actually packing up and how much is just getting put in a different workbench, but anyway. I guess everyone's seen this chart. Max, Marcus Christensen. You'll find him, Christensen Machine Works on Facebook. He's sort of a technophobe. He should have a YouTube channel. He does some cool things. Nice guy. Here on the Gold Coast, he's got an engineering shop. I'll just mill the slot in the horizontal mill, I think, Chirpy. That's probably the best. I've got a mill. And no one uses a horizontal to its full capabilities nowadays, so we'll see how we go. We're on the move. That's still set up there. We're waiting for the arrival of a reamer to ream this to a, I think it's a number 6 tapered roll pin. I'm just trying to read comments there. They sort of disappear before I do. Hey Cam. I've still got to take this off, take the radius off the top of this too, as well as put the roll pin in. That lantern will locate in the back hole there. It's machined down to fit in there to hold it. Probably could make my own reamer. I've thought about it. It was, yeah, they're about, and I'm only ever going to use it once, so probably that would do. The trouble is that by the time I thought of it, I already had this set up, and to make a reamer that fits the pin, and it's a 1:48 or something ratio, the taper 1 point something 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 degrees. I could set it up with a sine bar pretty accurate and make a machine a taper, but look, I just got one pretty easy. Had a few offers to actually. Cool, washing machine's done. I had a few offers to actually lend me one, so that's the easiest way. And that's the bit of bar that's left over. Okay, benches we've already seen. A few steam engines, a little Myford engine there. There's a little hot air engine. There's some forged shaper tools. Interesting to see you use one today, Chirpy. That's awesome. Project bins, sort of happening. A couple of locomotives. A traction engine. That one's the eccentric chuck, which is coming up pretty soon. Shapers here. There's junk here everywhere. Milling machines over here. Projects. Drill press. And some tool storage. And we're back at the lathe. So it's not very big. The vacuum cleaner's out at the moment. The place is an absolute mess, and I wasn't going to show you that, but there you go. I think they're pretty good. I've got a bit of a selection that come with my shaper. Haven't really used any of them because they don't particularly fit. Okay, we'll go back there. They don't particularly fit the clapper box. Oh my gosh. Ouch. Some of them need a bit of work. That one's got the end broken off it, I think. I haven't really looked, but I think that's probably got the end broken off it. Some of these are custom tools. This one's pretty crap and broken. And too good to throw out. Not sure about that one. And whether they'll get forged out again one day. That's not a bad tool. I reckon I could use that, and I think I have used it. There's a parting tool. I'm not so sure about that. I'd like a couple of these that aren't broken. You should do some videos, Chirpy, about forging these up. And this one's been freshly sharpened. That's a tool that I've used a fair bit too. Yeah, true. This is another project that I've got to get back to. This is the top off the little boiler. We probably should have a boiler update. This is where it is. We've got the fire hole in. We've got the two bushes now for the water gauge glass. This one here is for the pressure gauge. This one here is to fill the boiler, and we've actually got a fitting in there. There's a bush in the bottom for a blowdown, and there's a bush in the top, or a dome. The safety valve goes in here, and then there's a manifold goes through here, and this will machine and go down over the top. So that's a project that needs a little bit of work too. I promise I'll get back to it. Anyway, that's sort of an update. Don't know if there's anything much more to say. This looks like it works pretty well. I don't know how to make my phone do horizontal. Maybe I've got to like let it auto rotate or something. I'm not sure about that. If anyone knows, let me know. I'm not sure all these tools are created equally because they don't all fit in here. That one doesn't seem to fit anywhere. I think it was in there somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for watching. Keep the videos rolling, guys. It's always lots to watch. It's pretty awesome. Go and check out John Creasy's group on Facebook, YouTube Machinists. There's some awesome stuff there. There's always stuff being posted there. I'm going to get this engraver up on the bench, and I'm probably going to put another coat of paint on it and then go to bed. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. Yeah, this seems to be really good and trouble-free. We messed with it a bit at Stan's. He's just started doing live stream with his telephone. This is straight off my phone, and it seems to work. I really like this, but if I'm not editing, I get a bit rambly, so I probably should shoot stuff and then condense it down, all the bits that no one wants to watch. We'll see. I've been messing with some 3D printed, we'll go on here a bit. I've been messing with some 3D printed letters to go on the engraver to copy down in size to make brass templates. I'm not real sure. Not real sure if that's the answer. Let's shift some stuff. We've got enough stuff clear here. Let's put it up here and have a look at it. Yeah, I've been trying, Raymond. I'm just saying I don't know how to do that. I thought I had it on its side and then it said turn it upright, so I'm really not sure. It's still got wet paint and it's pretty heavy. Being cast iron, it weighs about probably 50 pounds all up, something like that. Probably weighs as much as a shaper. This platen here, is not a real good fit yet. But that's just got a centering vise on it with a screw each direction. Oh, thanks. Yeah, maybe I do. I have it sideways and then it said to turn it back the other way. I'm not sure. this knob was on here. I could put a bush in it. Not sure it's the answer. So we'll just make a knob for that. But we need to make a second one of these. Not with the clamp on it, just with grooves for letters. So that's probably just going to be a piece of aluminium. And we'll make ends like this with a groove in them to fit the base. And that's got to be low enough so that it goes in under there so you can get it nice and close. This paint's still reasonably fresh. I don't think it's probably dry enough to put another coat on tonight. I wasn't going to paint it Lorch green. I had a tin of something that was silver silhouette or something, a grey blue colour, and I thought that's what I had, but when I got it on, it's Lorch green, so that's what we got. Where was I going to be? So the new platen will have grooves in it for the letters to slide in, probably a dovetail, and we'll put a dovetail or an angle on each side of the letters so they slide in, but this is way too big. So what I was thinking I was going to do is I've put 2 screw holes in there. And I'm just going to screw them on there and copy them one by one onto brass. However, an Instagram friend has said that he has a copy or a set of letters about this size, which are mine, so it's very much appreciated, and when they arrive I'll copy them onto smaller letters for the proper engraving. So that's how I'm going to get like proper letters to go on it. Don't know if that answers any questions. That might work too, Chirpy. The letters for this really only want to be about 1/2 inch high, because the engraving that it does is pretty small. I have somewhere the plate that come off it. No idea. It goes on the front here. But that's got tiny, tiny, tiny little engraving on it. It's about probably 1/8 of an inch. So that's what I'd like. That's the outcome that I'd like out of it, is good letters that small. Anyway, eventually it'll come back together. This was put back together the wrong way round when I got it, which makes me think the previous owner, and maybe the owner before, has never ever used it. This still isn't right. This is the one that's wrong. these need to be on the same letters all the way through. Or you end up with letters, you end up with this not being in a straight line, and it's not there. We one hole out, which is very easy to do. That's better. Whether all these bits come off and get polished up and get chromed, I'm not sure. At this point, it'd be really nice to do that, but it's probably not going to happen. The plating's lifted off a lot of these pieces and they're a bit rough and sharp, and I don't like that much, so we might see what it's going to cost. Yeah, the letters probably want to be a condensed Gothic style, something fairly narrow and fairly tall. Sort of that style, but we'll see what I've got when they come, and I might just, like, I've had offers to get them CNC machined, and that's probably all right too, but I reckon if I've got a bigger set of letters or a set of 3D printed letters, I can easily copy them out. It won't take a lot. The main thing first will be to get all the pieces together so that letters sit nice and straight and the right spacings and everything, and get it sort of sorted and going. This is the belt. There's a fabric belt. Probably got a few years left in it, or it might not. Might have to find another one of them. Craig, there's one I've done. So yes, it's possible. Absolutely. I don't really think it's a... You're right, they need to be like a fairly deep V, single stroke letters. Double and triple stroke letters need to have 3 separate V's. So yes, you're right. Really all you need is the tool paths to CNC them and then cut them out. But it's going to take a little bit to get all the letter spacing and the letter widths and everything right, because some letters need to be closer together than others. So, like, for instance, there's not as much space around an A or an O as there is around, say, a K or an R. So anyway, that's 40 minutes. Gosh, that's the longest video I've put up forever. I think this may also be video number 350 on YouTube, which is a bit crazy. So I don't know how that happened, but somehow it happened. So I might call it a night. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be kind to each other, and more soon.